What's up, YouTube? It's Boston Sport Fan 91 coming at you on Monday morning, the beginning to another work week. Yep. So the weekend has come to an end, unfortunately. So I'd mentioned in another video that my new comic book day now will be on Fridays. My current shop, they're still kind of behind the eight ball. They've been getting their DC books in on time, but everything Marvel's been kind of delayed. They haven't been coming until Fridays. So I'm just moving my day from Wednesday till Friday for now, as long as I stay at that shop. Certainly thinking about moving shops, coming to one a little bit closer to where I actually live. I do a little bit of travel for this shop. Comically speaking, up in Reading, you know. So it's definitely not the closest shop. I have a few closer to me, jump on the Green Line if you're from Boston, and I could be at Newberry Comics in about, 10 minutes, if that, so I'm, it's nice living in Boston itself. Everything's pretty close, pretty convenient. I think it's kind of the same for all big cities. Just traffic is a nightmare. But enough about Boston living. Enough about all that. Let's get into the comics. So I'm going to start off with my least favorite of them, of what I read. So this is Batman and Robin year one, not to be confused with the current time Batman and Robin series. So Batman and Robin year one, this is not with Damian. This is totally separate. This is a flashback to when Dick first became Robin and stories in that time frame. I'm not loving this. I've stuck with it for a little while. I mean, it's not horrible, just the art doesn't really do it for me. I forget which story it was, but one of the, maybe a year ago, there was I think it was Batman's story. They used the old school paper in it, the old pages. They made everything feel like it was old because that's when it took place back then. I think it was Batman Death in the Family. Now that I'm thinking about it, Batman Death in the Family, I'm pretty sure that's the title I'm thinking of. Forgive me if I'm wrong on that one. But, everything was kind of like old school the way it was, when the story took place. This is more of a, 2025 magazine, comic with the pages and how it's done. That just takes place back in the day. I'm not loving the story, not loving the art. I think I'm just going to let go of this one. And that's that. Okay, on to better things. So, Ultimate Universe from Marvel. The only Ultimate one I'm reading right now is Spider-Man, but I have added Ultimate Wolverine to the list of Ultimates I'm reading, and I am so happy I did. I'm not a huge X-Men fan to begin with. I'm not a huge Wolverine fan, and right now I am talking strictly comics. The X-Men movies are okay. I guess I'm just not a big X-Men fan overall. Wolverine, not a huge fan of him, except, Deadpool Wolverine. That movie was highly entertaining. But other than that, not a huge X-Men fan, Wolverine fan. Not really crazy about it. But this was really, really good. The artwork was fantastic. The gruesomeness, the just how brutal and vicious this issue was. I usually don't use those kind of words to describe a comic book, but that is exactly what this was. I hate to give like 5 out of 5s on a issue 1 because like where can it go from there? So I'm not gonna give it a 5 out of 5. I will give it a 4 out of 5, a 4.5 out of 5. But I'll be honest with you, there's not a ton to complain about coming out of this one. Really, really good. All right, last but not least, and speaking of comics for this, not much to complain about. This one right here, Green Lantern. Obviously, I'm a huge Green Lantern fan. One of my favorite heroes in general. This comic page right here was absolutely awesome. Piece of artwork. Loved it. I mean, that is just so cool. There's just so much good art in Green Lantern comics that it's just generally hard to just pick one sometimes. Love Green Lantern. Obviously, with the exception of that one movie, there's not been a ton of live action Green Lantern. I know the series is coming, but let's not talk about that yet. Just let's talk about the past. We don't have a ton of Green Lantern live action, so there's not a lot for me to go back and like, I love it, live action, not comic books, comics, not live action, vice versa. However, kind of wearing with some other heroes like Guardians of the Galaxy, love their movies, don't care about them in the comics. but Green Lantern, I love in the comics. I am so excited for the live action show to start. Um, I don't know how I feel about having an older Hal Jordan like that already. I guess I like it. That we're not gonna have a whole origin story. Just sometimes I feel like the origin stories are just done to death, and it's just sometimes nice to start, on square A, but we're already down to E, F, or G, which, sometimes is a little bit nicer, especially for those of us that kind of have some background in it, already have an idea of what's gone on, and hopefully maybe for those that are newer to Green Lantern, for those of us that don't have as much of a knowledge for the character, hopefully there's some good background filling in as the show goes, and really fills in some holes and gets us up to date with the timeline rather well, which I think it will. I have high expectations there. But back to the comic itself. I know I got sidetracked there. I apologize. Fantastic. Obviously, Lord Prometheus, that whole arc is over with, which I enjoyed. Then you had John Stewart's War Journal, and they obviously merged Jordan's and Stewart. Their two titles merged and kind of came to one, and it all came together. And obviously, there's the lot going on with the different emotions and the emotional planes and all that. And I think a lot to come in the new series. This story continues in, I believe it's Green Lantern 19 and the Green Lantern Corps #1. Excited for both. I think a little more excited for the Green Lantern Corps. And again, just the artwork that I feel like is going to be coming our way is really going to be something special, and I'm very excited for it. Gonna wrap up here Monday morning, off to work in just about 5 minutes, if that. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video, and as always, please hit that like button. I greatly appreciate that as well. And let me know what you're thinking down below. Are you liking these titles? Are you not liking these titles? What's your favorite? What's not your favorite? Let me know. I want to hear all your thoughts and opinions on it. Thank you so much. And tomorrow, Tuesday, hope to be back talking some more comic stuff with you. I think tomorrow we will be talking a little bit Detective Comics with Batman, and then we'll take a quick look at The Flash. So tomorrow we'll be doing some Batman and Flash tomorrow, I do believe. Maybe some Green Arrow as well. But that's about it, everybody. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful start to your week. Hope it's not too brutal where you're at. Hope the day goes by quick, and I will talk to you all tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody. Peace.